Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4 BlackIce with me, Alpha Pi Omega and Kingdom of Italy. So yesterday we started a process that I would like to build upon here that goes down to a feature that I'm not that used to using, and that comes to the fact that in most games that I have played, granted this is the first one that I'm playing in actual BlackIce, you're swimming in army experience, and here we are much less, much less abundant upon that resource. So I realized yesterday, and again it might be obvious to some of you, but it wasn't to me, that we don't have to change the division templates, we can just change what kind of template each division is using. So I started that by turning all of the brigades into divisions. There was actually 4 of them. So right now we don't have any brigades. These units, I'm not saying they're bad, their defense is really high, but divisions are just better. They have more support detachments, and they have 2 but that would be battalions, I guess. 2 battalions of light artillery and 1 battalion of medium artillery. So that is pretty good, and these divisions now will have much more of a soft attack, actually 3 times more and about 30 higher defense. And not speaking of breakthrough, which I think is like 4 times higher than what we had before. Oh, actually, like 2.5 times. So you can see that I could now delete the Brigata di Infanteria, which I'm not gonna do that. I don't want to do that. I'll just keep the templates there, but we can now know that we're not using any of those. We're also not using any of these, which is kind of interesting because I consider these a fairly good unit, but, you know, more on that later. Actually, what are you using? Just motorized medium and motorized artillery. Okay, so motorized light and motorized medium. So what I wanted to speak about a bit now is that we're going to continue in reforming the military, and we're going to do it this way. I found out that we have 1 division of regular infantry stationed in Sardinia, right? This is Corsica? Yeah, so on Sardinia. I always get these 2 mixed up, I don't know why. And this one will be sent to... Well, either we're going to send them to Africa or we're going to send them to one of our northern armies. And instead, we are recruiting Divisione di Fanteria di Occupazione, which is a really good unit that has high defensive values, 175, and even a bit of an attack. So we're going to use more of these garrisons around the islands. We have... 1 in Rhodes, 1 in... What the hell is this, anyway? Dodecanese, okay, I thought it would be that, but we have 1 in Dodecanese, and we have 1 in... that's Malta, right? Malta is here. Pantelleria, okay. And we're gonna now have 1 in Sardinia. I'm actually interested in... making them more. I would like to put a defensive garrison on Cagliari and 1 on Olbia, and I'd also like to put 2 more on Sicily, or maybe 3 or 4, but those can be weaker. Those could be smaller defensive garrisons, something like maybe this, because they still have a really high defense and they would be able to stop and enable incursion, but we'll need these divisions soon in the north. Okay, so that's one part. You can see that we are also recruiting 2 infantry units. You know about that. We're going to use them to strengthen our current units, and we're getting 1 Divisione di Fanteria Motorizzata, which is supposed to strengthen the 4th Army, and they will, they will. But what we have to decide upon here is that we have these 3 units that are kind of useless at this point. So we have Centauro, which is Centauro and Centauro. Wait, is this a different one? No, you guys are the same one. So why are you called Divisione di Celere and your Brigata Corazza? That's actually a different name. Okay, wait, you're not from the same. No, you're the same type. That's weird. Naming conventions and all. Anyway, we have these 2 units that while having a decent soft attack, are awful in defense, and they're basically just light tanks and tankettes with a bit of motorized infantry. Now, what I thought about is that we could turn these two into another Divisione Celere, which would add some mechanized infantry and cavalry to that, but would remove the light tanks. So in the end, the unit would have much higher defense and much higher soft attack and hard attack. Actually, would it have a much higher hard attack? No, it would have lower hard attack, okay. But the downside to this is that we would start stockpiling our light tanks, because we're not using them anywhere. So I was thinking about that, and I think that we're still going to do it, because we will have 4 Divisione di Celere. And what I can do later on is just change the Celere template, if I can find it here, and just add a light tank to these divisions, which would boost their hard attack significantly, their soft attack as well, and we should start producing the tanks anyway. Now, the light tanks for us are kind of a dead end. I'm not gonna lie, I read upon the tanks yesterday, and you know, Italy never had good armor. They never really had a good armor. The L6/4 is the last actual light tank that they had, and then they switched to the medium tanks. Later on, I think, yeah, one of these, I think they started just with this one. That was the, yeah, that's the early prototype. Okay, no, so they stopped with this one. That was the last tank that Italy produced, and they produced like only 20 of those, and then the actual they completely scratched the tanks. So none of these, those were just ideas that they had for, you know, getting a bit better, but the tanks are a bit of a dead end. We'll have to face that. So I'm thinking we might go with the light tanks, then research this one and supplement the divisions with the better tanks. We'll need about 100 more if we turn those divisions to Celere. But that's actually a pretty good way how to use them. And we can then send some tanks to Africa and support us. I found that kind of interesting with that. In the Eastern African territories, they never actually used tanks, only tankettes. So all of the tanks were stationed either in northern Italy, and, you know, in the Yugoslavian campaign and the Greece campaign, or they were in North Africa. So kind of a interesting trivia for you. I also consider one thing, and that's that we would just detach these two and send them directly to Africa and don't deal with all of this reorganization. But I really would like to have one strong mobile army in the north for the skirmish with France, and then for the attack on Yugoslavia. I don't know how strong Yugoslavia is going to be, but I have a feeling we might. Yeah, 1921 military factories, 7 to 35 divisions. We should be able to handle Yugoslavia if it comes down to it, especially if we have these mobile tank armored. Even, you know, take the tanks in this case, you know, with a bit of grain of salt, because these are nowhere near the quality of PZ4s and 5s that Germany is going to get. But yeah, still, I would like to do that. So let's do it now. We actually do have the army experience that we need for this. So what I'm gonna do here is, actually I could do it this way. I'm gonna just take Divisione Celere and add the light tank there now. That's gonna ask us to get more tanks, and if we try to turn these units into those, it's going to tell us what? Divisione Celere. Okay, so we're missing motorized equipment, and we're gonna be short on cavalry horse equipment, but that is fine. And we'll gain extra tankettes and light vehicles, so that is fine. And this one, I don't think we're gonna be that happy with that. No, we still got enough. Wait, no, I think it didn't recalculate that. Okay, well, we'll see. So anyway, now that I unpause it, we should see a big change in our equipment. Yeah, look at that. So, will they be able to get reinforced? I am not at all sure. I don't think so. Yeah, we did too many changes. Now we're short on medium artillery. Oh, holy crap. Holy crap, yeah, we need more of everything. So, where are we with equipment? We're missing 150 light tanks. Okay, we're not producing those. We're missing 77 medium artillery, but it's 87 days, so that's actually pretty good. The spotter points, okay, 746 days. This needs to be addressed. Infantry equipment is fine. That's 90 days. Machine guns, that's fine. We had a lot of those stockpiled. And camera equipment, okay, 304 days. And transport trucks, 215 days. Nothing really that dramatic, with the exception of spotters and tanks. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good. So we reformed and strengthened our units, and we're recruiting more. So Divisione Celera will now, or the 4th Army and the Divisione Celera in there will require a bit more to reinforce. And I'm also considering one thing. We have somewhere in Africa one of these, yeah, Divisione Alpini. I don't think, is there that many? This is hills here. I don't think that we need that division here. There are some mountains here though, so eventually we will need that. But I'm considering sending this division to the 5th Army, because, you know, Yugoslavia is going to be way more. Yeah, we'll need you there. So let's reform you and send a mountain division. Attach it to 5th Army. We're gonna go to Asmara, and from Asmara, can I order you like this? From Asmara you're gonna go to Venezia and then to Bolzano. Okay, near Bolzano. So that is good. And that was one more thing that I wanted to do, but we don't have the army experience for that. I wanted to attach additional Mountaineer and Pack Artillery to these, because that's gonna make them even stronger. These units will be amazing. And, you know, I'm still considering adding heavy cavalry to, or sorry, heavy artillery to all of these units, but we're just producing those. We'll need to decide what to do. Maybe we'll do it with the Celera divisions first, because they would be our main hunch force. So adding heavy, yeah, that would make them way better. Did I see correctly that they had anti-tank? Yeah, they have support anti-tank. Okay, that's good. That is good. Have an anti. Oh, if we added motorized, that would make them faster. So we would probably need to do that. Okay, but again, we would need motor vehicles then. So we finished research of the light bomber. Where was it? Was it this one? Oh, I think yeah, I didn't check. Well, okay, never mind then. I think it was the Ibis. A redesign of the Caproni 135 to fix issue with control and safety. It is an Italian medium bomber that can upgrade its guns and engines. Well, we can see it on the outdated equipment here, can't we? It will... yeah, no, actually it was the Heavy Khazar support. Okay. So my mistake. We finished this one. Caproni 311. Nice. So this is all ahead of time. It's a fast bomber, light Khazar support. Actually, this one will be good. We could use that, but I don't think we have what it takes right now. Motor roll. These are all ahead of time. Well, anyway, we can't do much in this slot other than well, we can't do anything other than research airplanes. So let's just do that. So right now we're working on Alcione, White Bomber, and Caproni. This is a motor roll, right? Yeah, motor roll. Okay. Caproni seems to be fairly capable of producing ships, aircraft for us. Okay, so we're consuming 1,000 oil per day, and we're getting what? 993. Okay, so that is pretty close. We're doing good. I think we're researching excavation 2. Yeah, okay. So after excavation 2, we should be able to go ahead and get the... Shouldn't we? And we will need the Ardito Desio expedition. Okay, and we can do the Ardito Desio expedition without the banking reform and without having Ardito Desio in the government. But before we check that, so now banking reform is going to be awesome. And then Beretta and then Ardito Desio? How long will you take? 61 days. Okay, now this is the question of what do we need the most. Do we need more the factories or do we need more the oil? I think we need more factories because the oil, if we can in the future keep, that would be fun. Actually, that would free up a couple of civilian factories, but well, you know. I tend to switch the factories that are now used to import oil to import steel so that, you know, we don't need those that much. And with the additional bonus from the banking reform, I think we'll be at like 11, maybe even higher on the second factory construction. This is the snowball effect. The more factories we have, the faster we produce them and the more we will have. So that's what I'm really going for here. I'll actually add more civilian factories here so that we're not, you know, because still we need those the most. Eventually we're going to switch to military. We're getting fairly close to the point where we need to do that anyway. Have they invaded Czechoslovakia yet? Nope. Okay. Police stations, research centers, unbuildable. Yeah, they give extra research slots, but anti-air. Damage from bombing. Yeah, we need to start building stuff like that soon, because the allies are going to raid the hell out of us otherwise. It might be a bit too late for that later on, so having that in place would be good. But again, that's where we need the... I don't know what would be the good time to start doing this. I think 1940? Who knows? I always over-prepare and then I'm unprepared. That's the issue that I have here. So we have some garrison units here. We should start moving. I don't know what time Germany will declare war on Poland, but that's the moment that France will get involved in war with Germany. And after Germany attacks France, they could pull us in there. I don't actually know which one is the alliance with Germany. Non-aggression pact here, and here's join the Axis. Okay, so we can join the Axis earlier than the 1st of June 1940. So anyway, we're kind of cool. Oh, that lowers consumer goods factories even more. That's good. Huh. We could go a different way. Actually create a new faction with Bulgaria, and Romania, and Yugoslavia. So if we join the Axis, we're going to get claims, and we're going to attack Yugoslavia. If we join our own Axis, well, our own... what would that be? It's not Axis, our own alliance or something. That would mean that we get, you know, we befriend Yugoslavia and Bulgaria and maybe even Romania. So can you then fight Germany? That would be pretty cool, but I don't think that's a worthy cause.
Ordini.
Okay, so we got you guys back.
Pronto.
Nice. Pusteria. I wanted you...
Avanzate.
Actually, you go to Bolzano and you guys can go to Treviso. That's gonna make more sense. So fuel consumption is going. I think we can speed it up a bit. I'm working on the medium tanks. I'm really looking forward to the division that's gonna unlock, because I'd like to see that. Okay, fuel consumption 1000. Let's School construction is going. That is fine. Okay, here's the banking reform. So now we have to make a decision. Do we want to go with Beretta first, or do we want to go with friendly Bulgaria? We need to do after that. But the Dio expedition. No, we want to go with Beretta, and then we're gonna go with the other one. So how many factories did that free up? Oh, nice! Okay, so we get 12 now. It's actually really good. The fate of Czechoslovakia. So here we go. After the German annexation of Czechoslovakia, discussions have continued on how these territories should be divided. It now appears that a conclusion has been reached. With German support, Slovakia has been declared independent under the leadership of Josef Tiso. Goodbye, sweet love. So what is this? The Japanese army embraces Nanshin-ron. The armed forces of Japan have long acknowledged that the Empire of Japan does not possess the natural resources needed for a prolonged war effort. With rising tensions and outbreaks of armed conflicts involving the world's major powers, the threat of loss of import seems greater by the day. To counter this, Japanese strategists have come up with a strategic plan to seize Western colonies in Southeast Asia and the Pacific. These resources-rich regions will fuel the Japanese war machine and allow it to continue more or less unhindered, as long as the colonial powers and the United States can be kept at bay. War in Southeast Asia seems likely. So, how are we doing now? Let's see. So light tanks, okay, we're not producing those. That's fine. Medium artillery, 39 days. That is cool. We have actually a lot of mountain artillery. That is really good. Spotter planes, yeah, we know about that. Infantry equipment, we know about it. Machine guns are fine. Cavalry equipment will take a while, but well, okay. Transport trucks are now getting better. Recon equipment, okay. Quasar support, we're not producing. Okay. But we have you here somewhere, don't we? Wait, what? Oh, I think we didn't put the Quasar support there, right? Because this was the awful one. Yeah, this one. So I decided not to produce that because it's a waste. Okay, so now we're at 13 factories. Nice. If we could get to 16 and 16, I would be so happy. I would be snug like a bug in a rug, as they say. And our armies are looking... Yeah, we took it down a bit, but... Let's check the divisions.
Attento.
So you're missing a bit of equipment.
Formazione.
You're missing a bit of equipment. You are... also missing a bit of equipment. I think that's... Yeah, the medium artillery, some infantry equipment, you got the uniforms, that's fine. Spotter planes, recon, and transport trucks. Okay. That is unfortunate. Oh, we can exploit some poor fellas. Oh yeah, that gives us a bit more additional factory. How did I miss that? How did I miss that? Is there anything new here that we might be interested in? Yeah, I don't know what to think of this. Regional air defenses. There's no description. Affects one selected Central Italy, nothing. I'm afraid of this being broken. So... Give token reforms... Naval war games... Military parade in Rome... Cheat on treaties. Oh, we can abandon the naval treaties now. That's awesome, actually. So... Yeah, let's do that. So we're abandoning the naval treaties. The democracies of the world have foolishly shackled themselves to the rule of law. But in the struggle of nations there is but one law, that of nature, and the laws of nature require strength. We will not be contained in our desire to build a mighty fleet. Okay, so that opens the ability to us to go and redesign the navies, which we might do next. The German Reich claims Memel. With German forces on the border poised to attack, Lithuania has given in to the German ultimatum. Okay. To the German ultimatum demanding the surrender of the old Prussian territory of Memel. It was passed to Lithuania by the Treaty of Versailles, but has now been reintegrated into the region of Ostpreußen. Have we yet reached the extent of German territorial ambitions in Europe? Experts are doubtful. Another batch of maps obsolete. Oh yeah. So I think what we could do here is, are we actually producing some of these heavy ships? Can I see how far you are with the production? Because I'm thinking we might just disband one of these Palermo ships and... okay. Palermo class. I knew I couldn't give them... No, I gave them the armor that they needed. So did I not give them... Okay, I gave them the batteries that they needed. God damn it, I found out... Oh wow, okay. Huh, that's interesting. Okay, so we could add them, give them more anti-aircraft guns, that's all. Oh, but we could give them stronger engines. That's what I didn't do. Oh wait, that's a weaker one. This one is the... Okay, supply use... Wide attack and torpedo attack is increased. Okay, so let's give this to them, and we're gonna call this Palermo 2 class. Or Palermo refit class. Okay, so we're gonna cancel... Wait, how many do I want to build? Just one. Disband this one and add Palermo refit. I'm gonna build 5 of these and 6 of the other ones. Okay, so we're gonna go here and you're gonna go right behind. We need more steel. Have I ever told you that? We need more steel. But you know, these factories are working overtime on creating these heavy battleships. So once they are done, we're actually going to go down and enjoy everything here. So that's going to be good. I don't even know why I'm building these heavy battleships. But, you know, during the war we'll be producing mostly destroyers and light cruisers and minesweepers and stuff like that, because that's not that important. Well, that's not that important right now, but you know, in the war that's where we're gonna take most of the casualties. So I'm fairly sure that's the right way to go. Okay, and we could go with improved training for our units, which is something that we definitely want to do. Yeah, basic office. I like that they, you know, you can go only one step. And medium standards. That would also be a good thing. Army training time would be... division experience gain would be removed. High standards. Okay. Women allowed. Okay, we could go further with women encouraged, which will lower the consumer goods factories, but lower the stability. Well, and the brackets could be. Convertible population would be increased. Division experience gain. Well, let's not change anything. Except for the women, I'm actually okay with that. But okay, machine gun infantry support is done. So now we can just go ahead and go with Second World? No, we still need the rolling barrage. I forgot about that. Okay, so rolling barrage. It's actually a kind of interesting rolling barrage attack. Attacker tactical damage plus 5%. So that's just a strategy. Rifle team support the machine gun positions, which is the center point of the infantry squad, mutual exclusive machine gun support infantry. Okay, and then we need the superior firepower doctrine. Okay. I should start training my units, but, you know, with the fact that we're still missing... Nah. Actually, I think we're gonna start with you. We can get a bit of training done. It's not that many divisions, and yeah, I think we can spare some of that. And the garrisons need to train, that is true as well. These are only very wide garrison units, so it might be worth our time to give them something else down the line to deal with. Oh, and while you are good, you guys also need to train, but there really is not much need because, you know, we need to give you the tanks and everything. No, actually you guys are completely screwed, so let's do that too. And look at that fuel just burning away. I think we might have to reconsider our plan with training, but... no. Well, you know, if we're lucky, we might still do the Ardito Desio in time, but it's gonna be really close. It's gonna be really, really close. Okay, but look at that, we got 16 and 15. So if we can, yeah, that would be amazing. If we could get 2 full lines of construction at the same time, I would be just so happy. Excavation level 2 is finished, which should increase... No, it's not increasing anything because we don't have any oil. We don't have any oil. But hey, you know, we got it. So supply and control state... Can we go in construction free? Oh, we could go with improved worker safety and advanced machine tools. This one just keeps retention on. Okay, let's go with this one. No, not this one. The machine tools. That slows down construction speed, but it gives us extra efficiency cap, its growth, and efficiency base. So, yeah, that's what we need to get. Advanced machine tools. Go, go, go. Go, go, go. And fuel refining will take 44 days. That increases the amount of fuel we get from each, right? Yeah, fuel gain per oil. So that's gonna boost our oil gain by 10? No, 95. Okay, by 95. Actually, how... I just realized we're not gonna get that much oil from Africa, are we? Oh, we could expand... Works and mines, but let's look at this. These ones are the first one. We get 6. Okay. Then we're gonna 8. I'm gonna get 4. But it looks like each one of these can be only done once. So that's 12, 18. Okay, that's not nearly enough, but you know, it's better than nothing. We'll still need to import oil. And the problem is right now that we're importing it from... Are we importing it from the US? Yeah, so once we get involved in war, there's not that many places where we can get it from. French, China, Poland's gonna disappear, Argentina, British, Russia, yeah, that's gonna be an issue. We're gonna run into fuel problems no matter what. Hungary leaves the League of Nations. Hungary rips apart League of Nations membership. Today, just hours after renouncing the Treaty of Trianon, which cost Hungary almost 14 million of its 21 million inhabitants, Hungary informed the League of Nations that the presence of its ambassadors within the Hungarian border is no longer tolerated and that not one pengo more will make its way into the League's pockets. Thus, Hungary fulfilled its national promise and mantra, Nem, nem, sohal. No, no, never, and the League of Nations suffers another blow. By now, analysis have come up to the conclusion that the League is bordering on total insignificance, and the ramifications of this are yet to be seen. Let me get a who cares. Who cares? Who cares about the League and their nonsense? Okay, we're gonna get the medium tanks soon. After which we can immediately start researching the light tanks and producing them for our divisions. We're actually going to start producing the other tanks too, but yeah, let's do a joint training proposal. But yeah, the difference is major. The hard attack is only 1 point, but the soft attack is 1.5, breakthrough is 2 points, speed is better, piercing is better, armor is insanely better. Yeah, I remember reading upon the armor. Actually, Italians had huge problems with armor everywhere. I would like to see what the armor stats are for Germany now, because what I read was that while the German tanks and the American tanks and Soviet tanks were all welded, Italy was actually using rivets to keep the armor together, which, of course, even if you have extremely hard armor, if the rivets fail, then you have nothing, pretty much. So, that's that. So, Beretta, come, 3 and 2. Which means we can finally start producing... Where are the light tanks? I don't see the light tanks anymore. There's ones here. Wait, do we not have... Oh, because they have a special... they have a special category. There you go. There you go, Alpha. Okay, the tanks are going to be a priority. We're going to start with 2 to get the production efficiency up. And what else do we need? Let's look at the logistics. So, light tanks... Well, actually none of the medium artillery. The spotter planes, okay, need to be strengthened. We're gonna put additional one into the infantry equipment just for the sake of the fact that we actually need to upgrade our units. Yeah, so let's put one into the spotter planes. Oh, it's already there, okay. So that's fine. I'd actually like to put in one more and then 2 into infantry weapons. And what was that with the cavalry equipment? 224 days and the well, we might devote some more time to that, but with all that's been going on, I think that our construction capacities are increased. Yeah, we're starting to work. Yeah, we got 16 and 16. This is amazing. And I'm actually thinking right now that we're gonna go ahead and go with the women encouraged. That's gonna kill our production efficiency and cap and growth, but we are going to get a more recruitable population and we are going to lower the consumer goods in factories, so that is important. Now, I'm not gonna do it before we get the Beretta and that we switch the Minister, because that would, be blocking ourselves, but still we're gonna do that. Okay, so we unlocked the medium tank, and we're gonna go with the light tank now, and finish that research. And with the tank came a new division. Is it this one? No, that's Divisione di Corsata. Where's the new... Oh, it has to be this one. White tanks, tankettes. Is it really this one? No, it's this one. Brigata. Oh, soft attack, hard attack. Okay, so this is the one that they're offering us. Mechanized infantry, tankettes, medium tanks, and armored cars. That's soft attack 89, hard attack 29, defense 67, but this is not a defensive division. This would be amazing, but I think it's just too weak. In many ways it would be better if I just switch it like this. That would make the Silvera divisions, yeah, soft attack increased, hard attack increased, defense increased, and we would free up the tankettes for other possibilities. Piercing, armor, breakthrough. How many tanks would you need? Medium tanks, 50. Okay, so that would be 250. We'll have to schedule the production of medium tanks. Oh, come on, game. Oh, come on. Oh, I hate when this bug happens. Okay, so this is how you fix it. And we could start producing these. We'll need at least 4 production lines, but I'm gonna leave it at the end right now because I want the Berettas to be assigned to the respective places. So let's do that and then decide. Okay, Beretta has been finished. The legendary Italian brand of small firearms Beretta was founded in 1526 when Maestro Bartolomeo Beretta da Guardone sold 185 archibugios to the Doge of Venezia. It's not a pistol, it's a myth. So army experience increased by 30, that's amazing. Against national spirit, the Pistol de Legend Beretta, which grants infantry equipment IC cost low by 12%. Oh, that's actually amazing. And we get 5 extra military factories, and we can get Beretta, which increases small arms research speed, infantry equipment cost lowered, and arm equipment designer cost. Okay, so Beretta is amazing, and now we need to do the changes that we need for Ardito Desio expedition. But we are going to do that in the next episode because this one has been running for over 40 minutes. I thank you for joining me, and I'll see you in the next episode. Our Italian army is starting to be really nice, though we need more units, we need more punch speed. So finally we get the tanks, and now we need to start using them.